Another gorgeous pattern. This queen is amazing. What an amazing job she's doing.
Hello, this is Reindeer's Bees, and as you just saw, you're going to be seeing today how an awesome young queen is making a booming hive. Here we go.
I wanted to go back and give you an update on this colony. It requeened itself. I split it on the 22nd of May. Today is the 4th of July, so happy 4th. Even though this might not be till late July or early August that I post it, but today's the 4th of July, and so this is about a month after I saw the queen cell when I split them on May 22nd. And I've been in here since, and they've got a beautiful new queen, so I just wanted to show you what it was like. And I'm getting alcohol washes on every single hive that I can, and so I'm treating about 60 or 70% of my bees today, I would guess, so far. So this frame is absolutely full of eggs. Well, not the whole thing, but any open area, she is filled up. So very pleased about that. So this side, decent pattern. This side, gorgeous pattern. Doing an amazing job. These bees aren't mean, it's just a rainy day, and they're just pretty upset. Every hive has been. So I'm not really worried about temperament at all on this side. So I was going to requeen this queen eventually because I requeen them every year, but since they did it themselves, I'm more than happy to use the work that they did and take this queen into the winter time. My biggest worry this winter is, since we've had terrible mating weather, I'm not sure if a lot of these queen bees that I sent out got enough sperm. But I did everything I could, and so I can panic about it all I want, but there's nothing I can do, so it's out of my control. Another gorgeous pattern. This queen is amazing. What an amazing job she's doing. Pleased to have her in my apiary. I think most of my queens today have been frame jumping because I've found most of them on the last frame or close to it. So I think they're just jumping from frame to frame to get away from me, which is understandable. It's not a nice day. I'm not shocked. Pretty good pattern there. They haven't finished this part of the frame. Hopefully they'll finish that. I might bring some wax to rub on to help them finish up. But good looking hive. My guess is once all these bees hatch, because they have a lot of capped brood, if we keep getting less rain, because we've had a lot of rain, but the forecast is slightly better, this hive will absolutely explode into some more boxes. I'm worried about them swarming because they're getting honey back. You can see the nectar inside the capped brood. Not inside, but in and around the capped brood that's emerged. So that's not a good sign. They're probably getting relatively close to swarming, which is never a good thing. And so I have to keep my eye on all these hives to make sure that doesn't happen. Full of eggs and larvae. It's a beautiful frame, perfect for an alcohol wash. So my guess is she ran onto that 10th frame, but I might have missed her. It happens. It's really interesting because there's this band of pollen here, then the larva is all through this part of the frame, and we got a little honey up here. This was the queen cell that was there, a long time ago. They took it down, and they're making something weird going on here. There's a bunch of royal jelly, but no larva in there, so bees just do weird stuff sometimes. I don't really worry about it too much. But I want to get an alcohol wash done on these girls so I know where I'm at as far as mites go. So she's even laying on the outside frame. They're eggs in this frame. Has a lot of pollen too. So I would not be shocked at all to see her on here. But she's of course picked the perfect spot to elude me because look at all those drones. It's much harder to spot a queen in amongst, 100 drones. But I think I'll still do an alcohol wash. What I typically do is shake the frame that I want onto a queen excluder. And if I don't see her on the queen excluder, I just use those bees. So I'm gonna get that done and I'll let you know how many mites I find. I can smell the nectar in the air. It's a wonderful smell. Awesome. Okay, this side has a bunch of larvae. I'll use this too. Dang, I was not expecting this at all. Finishing up this video. Oh my gosh, I got 11 mites in this. People say brood breaks are great for mites, and I've seen conflicting research, but they're great at stopping mites, but maybe this hive just had a really high mite count before before they had a brood break, but that brood break did not help them get rid of mites because they have 11 mites in there. That's crazy. It's a lot more mites than I was expecting.
So turns out that hive had a lot of mites. I had no idea, and they'd gone through supersedure. And since they had a time where they didn't have any brood, like a broodless period, I expected them to have less mites, but in the end, that's not what happened. So they had a lot of mites, but I treated them for mites with formic acid right after that, and possibly one more time that year, and then finished them off with Apivar in the fall. So their mite levels are pretty low. Maybe like 3 days ago, I checked and they're still alive. So there's that. That hive's still making it here in January in Maine. So I did a good enough job to get them this far through the winter. We'll see how they do this spring. I'll show you. Now that you've seen this awesome productive young queen laying eggs, check out this video where I discuss how I decided whether this hive was superseding their queen or swarming. It's an important distinction to understand, and will help you make many management decisions over the years in beekeeping. Hope you enjoy.